let's talk a little bit about one of my clients today. So she had a business, and while she was making sales, she was not making sales consistently. So she wasn't making sales every single day. She wasn't really hitting her financial goal, right? And it was frustrating her because she was stuck in that space for a very, very long time. So we looked at her business. We did a complete audit of her process and everything. We looked at her pricing, we looked at her offers, and what we decided to do was to break it down into multiple offers. So instead of having this one big offer, and it wasn't really that high end anyway, but instead of having this one big offer, we broke it down and handled maybe 3 or 4 offers, right? We made one a little bigger and offered more value and made that more expensive than the one that she currently had. So let's say it went from, instead of having like $1,000 offer, she now had a $3,000 offer, and then she also had smaller offers, right? Which were like her digital products and that kind of thing. And when she did that and she repositioned herself and she started to put out those offers on her social media and her emails and her videos and on her website and stuff, what ended up happening is that she ended up getting more sales. She ended up getting more consistent sales, right? And I know a lot of times there are a lot of people who tell you, just focus on the high end, just focus on the high end. If you get 2 or 3 high-end clients, then you meet your monthly goals and that's it. And that's fine. Yes, that definitely can happen. But again, it depends on who your ideal clients and where you want to position yourself. So if you want to position yourself with only high-end offers, that's all well and fine. But not all businesses are made the same, right? And if you're not getting the bite on your high-end offers, you want to look at a few things. You want to make sure that you are actually showing value. You want to make sure that you actually understand who your ideal clients are and you're showing up where they are and you're actually offering what they need, and you're very, very in tune to the challenges that they have, because that is how a high-end offer sells, right? You have to be really in tune. You have to have that connection. You have to show up as a high value entrepreneur yourself in order to attract that type of, that kind of $20,000, $30,000 sales and that kind of thing. However, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. However, according to the type of business you have, you may also want to consider having multiple offers, right? And let me explain why that might make sense for some of you. Remember your ideal clients, right? You have to decide, are they, where are they in the buying process? Some people are now finding out about you, right? And because they're now finding out about you, they saw an ad or your social media popped up on their feed or something like that, before they spend $20,000 with you, or even $5,000, $6,000, they may just want to get a taste, right? They may just want to get a taste of what it's like to work with you or to buy one of your products, right? And in that sense, they may not necessarily want to spend $5,000 off the bat, but they definitely might want to spend $500 or $1,000 or $800, right? So you give them the opportunity to still work with you. You get the opportunity to still make some money, and once you provide the value that you have promised to them, and you have really great customer service, obviously then you can upsell them to one of your bigger offers, right? A lot of times that's why you see people have these free webinars and free trainings. I mean, don't free down your business. I don't make everything free, but that's why they have a lot of these free webinars, free trainings. They have these free videos and that kind of thing to give people a sense, to give people a taste, to get people on their email list, to get people really following them and liking them and sharing their stuff, and then you can upsell them with something of higher value. So for your business, you have to decide, does it make sense to me to have multiple offers? Because think about it, when you go to buy food or you go to buy a drink in Starbucks or Rituals or any one of those places, they tell you, do you want the small, the medium and the large, right? And the prices between them are not usually very, very huge, but you're getting more value, right? Even when you go to buy food, there's a small box, there's a medium box, and there's a large box, right? Because everybody coming in to your establishment will have a different need, right? Somebody might only eat a small box of food because they're just trying to run out. Somebody may want a large box because they want to share it with their significant other or their kids or that kind of thing. You want to make sure that you have options available so that they buy from you. I hope that making sense, right? You want to set up your business so that there are options, and that's why they tell you, have a digital product or have a membership site, or you know what I mean, have like done for you product, done for you services, or done with you services. That's why they will tell you, have your pop-up, have your networking. You want to have different ways and different touch points. We always talk about how your ideal clients usually need to have like 7 touch points, right, before they buy that high-end thing. And that 7 touch point doesn't just mean they need to hear or see from you 7 times, but it could also mean that they need to buy smaller items from you first, and then be upsold to higher end items. That's how most of my clients came in for me. A lot of them started off by joining my free group, Dynamic Business Strategists, on Facebook. Once they got there, they got a lot of free value and training. I moved them from there to my email list because I always have free training inside of there. After they come to one of the free trainings, I upsell them to one of my mid-ticket items. Many of them buy the mid-ticket item. They stay at that mid-ticket price for a while because there are multiple mid-ticket items that they can buy, and a mid-ticket item can go anywhere from $500 a month to $1,000 a month to $2,000 a month, and then they usually upsell to something that is much bigger, which is like $9,000, $10,000, and that kind of thing. So you have to, be able to provide that opportunity for your clients to grow with you, to learn you, to engage with you, to build that trust in your services. Because even with your lowest ticket item, right, they should be receiving some value. They should be receiving some kind of transformation in their life. It could be something as simple as having a paid podcast, right, where they have to pay in order to get access to this podcast, or they have to pay to get access to a group or something. It doesn't have to be anything too ridiculous. I mean, I've seen those at like $14, $13, that kind of thing, right? But in that access, they are still getting solutions, right? As low as that price is, they're still getting solutions, they're still getting support. And yes, we always say it's not a one size fits all, but look at your business and decide, can I provide options for my audience to buy, right? Can I provide different price points which will make sense for them? Because remember, your audience is coming to you from different places. So some of them might find you on social media, some of them might do a Google search and end up on your website, some of them might find you from word of mouth. There's so many different avenues that your ideal clients can find you, right? And because they are different stages of the buying process, instead of them coming to your space and they want something and they're like, okay, well, they don't have it, let me go to somebody else. You want to make sure that you have what they require. In order for you to decide what your offers are going to be, you need to know what their challenges are. You need to be able to take those challenges and break them down into smaller chunks, right? Because sometimes with their challenge, they might not be able to do everything one time, but they might be able to break it down, you know what I mean, and do it piece by piece by piece. And that's for a service-based business, obviously. But for like a food-based business, or even a cake business, a retail business, even a hairdresser, like any one of those things, break those things down into smaller opportunities. Just offer like a hair, washing of the hair, or just offer smaller things for them as well, and then upsell them to the bigger things that you have, right? So that they get a taste of what it's like to work with you, and they also get their challenges solved. So I hope this message finds you well. I hope it makes you think, and I hope it really makes you get into action. Let me know if you have any questions at all.